Hi guys, it's the Island Girl and I'm back with another reaction video for you today. And today we are reacting to how the universe is way bigger than you think. So we're going to get right into this one. This one came in highly recommended, so we're going to get it done. So if you're new to my channel, it's your first time here, come on in, right back, put a smile on your face and enjoy this reaction with the Island Girl. To all my regulars, my schmegglers, my day ones, my sweetie pies, my sweetie poo, thank you for being here with your girl. You all know what to do, don't it? Come on in, right back, put a smile on your face, and enjoy this reaction with your Island Girl. Don't forget to do what? Go in the comment section. Tell me what you'd like me to react to next because it will be done. Alright, just drop your link in the comment section as well. Let's get into this video. Here we go.
This is Earth. You live here on this planet somewhere, and everything that you've ever known is located right here. But just how small exactly is Earth when compared to the scale of the entire universe? Let's start by zooming out to where we can see our nearest cosmic neighbor, the Moon. You may think that the Moon is very close to Earth since it dominates our night skies, but in reality the Moon isn't this close to our planet, it's actually about this far away. 384,400 kilometers away from you right now on average. You could fit 30 entire Earths in between this distance, and if you somehow were able to drive a car at a constant 100 kilometers per hour speed, it would take you about 160 days to drive the entire distance. Despite this incredible distance, however, 12 humans have actually set foot here, representing the furthest away that any individual human has ever been away from the Earth, and one of humanity's greatest achievements.
Wow. Wow. That is crazy. Mind-blowing. Wow.
This is what the Earth would look like from there if you were standing there with them, and if you wanted to communicate with somebody back at home, it would take a message about 2.5 seconds to travel between you and them, since that's how fast the speed of light can travel at. This is a photo that was taken on Mars, and that tiny dot that you see there is Earth as seen from the Martian surface. On average, Mars is an incredible 225 million kilometers away from Earth, but that distance can be as high as 401 million kilometers. That means that whenever humanity finally gets around to landing a human on the planet, that person will be 986 times further away from Earth than the astronauts who landed on the Moon were. In addition, the time delay for sending a message from Mars back to Earth isn't just 2.5 seconds, it's actually more like 20 minutes each direction, which would render instant communication in the event of an emergency impossible. When we zoom out even further away, we can find the Voyager.
Are you serious? This is like, I'm a dummy to this stuff. I ain't gonna even pretend and act as if I know anything about this stuff. My mind is being blown. We're just a little speck. Just a little speck, that little darkness, a little what? Golly. And it's like I can say hello to you in a couple. That's amazing. But Mars, it would take. Hey, this is fascinating.
Voyager 1 space probe, which is the furthest away man-made object from Earth. It is currently located 138 AUs from the Earth. AU meaning astronomical unit, which is the distance between the Earth and the Sun, which means that Voyager 1 is 138 times further away from us than the Sun is. At some point on its long voyage, Voyager 1 turned its camera around and took this photograph. It may not look like much at first, but in my opinion, this is the greatest single photograph ever taken in all of human history. This
It's not something like a tiny speck. Like a little twat. Wow. Can you imagine? It is so far away and it took that picture. Tiny blue dot. Golly. That is something. That is really something. Wow.
This tiny, pale blue dot is Earth, and I don't think that anybody has ever said something as amazing about this as Carl Sagan when he said, "If you look at it, you see a dot. That's here. That's home. That's us. On it, everyone you ever heard of, every human being who ever lived out their lives. The aggregate of all our joys and sufferings. Thousands of confident religions, ideologies, and economic doctrines.
So true.
Every hunter and every forager. Every hero and coward. Every creator and destroyer of civilizations. Every king and every peasant. Every young couple in love. Every hopeful child. Every mother and every father. Every inventor and explorer. Every teacher of morals. Every corrupt politician. Every superstar.
Every corrupt politician. Look, the more you think about it, everything you can think of, everything that ever existed, every animal, every king, like he said, everything existed on this little dot. Wow. How amazing is that? As far everything that ever existed, like he said, I know I'm repeating it, it's just so much, just to think about it, so mind-boggling. Like, everything here.
I want to have a popsicle.
Okay. Took place on this little dot.
Every supreme leader, every saint and sinner in the history of our species lived there, on a mote of dust suspended in a sunbeam. Voyager 1 is currently traveling at 17 kilometers every single second, but even at that speed, it won't break out of the reach of our solar system for another 30,000 years. Once we go beyond the solar system, we arrive in our interstellar neighborhood. Here we shift to the light year unit of measurement, which is the distance that light travels in a full Earth year, or about 9.461 trillion kilometers. The star Proxima Centauri here is the closest other star to us other than our Sun, but it's still 4.24 light years away from us. To put that into perspective, if it was heading in the right direction, it would still take Voyager 1 over 70,000 years to reach it. In other words, if you drove your car at 100 kilometers an hour like in our previous example to the moon, it would take over 6 times longer than the entire age of the universe is just to finally get there, and it wouldn't even exist still when you arrived. When we zoom out even further, we can see the entire Milky Way galaxy, inside of which Earth is located right here.
Are you serious? So we'll be dead maybe 50 times before we would have died so many times before we even reached to that spot. We wouldn't exist. It's not funny, but this universe is so huge, so vast, and can you imagine? There's just looking at what they're showing you, man. Wow, that's crazy.
Still when you arrived. When we zoom out even further, we can see the entire Milky Way galaxy, inside of which Earth is located right here. This yellow dot is the furthest extent of humanity's radio broadcasts throughout history, which means that any possible aliens who live outside of this range are totally unaware of humanity's presence. It's complete silence outside of this yellow dot as far as we are currently aware, but the entire galaxy spans over 100,000 light years from end to end. There are over 100 billion stars and over 100 billion planets inside of our galaxy.
100 billion? $100 billion. Wow. And you're telling me there's so much within our galaxy and there's no other life form anywhere? Sometimes I feel like there is, to be honest with you. Sometimes I feel like there is. And it's not like the little stuff you see on TV, the little green man or but I think they don't look anything like us, or maybe we just can't see them while we've never run into them. But this is fascinating. That's all of us. This is fascinating.
But you have never seen the full glory of the galaxy at night, because 99% of the stars that you can see with the naked eye are limited to this small, tiny region right here.
Wow.
But even this massive galaxy is nothing compared to the rest of what's out there. Zooming out even further and we arrive at the local group of galaxies, a collection of 54 different galaxies that is about 10 million light years across.
54.
But zooming out even further and we can see the Virgo supercluster, of which the local group here is just a tiny segment of. There are at least 100 other groups of galaxies just like our own local group inside of here, and the distance from one side to the other is a mind-numbing 110 million light years. But even the massive Virgo supercluster is nothing but a quiet and tiny lobe of the Great Laniakea supercluster, an enormous structure that is home to our galaxy as well as 100,000 other galaxies.
100,000 other galaxies. My mind is blowing into pieces with all this that I'm hearing. Like, what? This is fascinating. This is so fascinating. This is just thinking about it. It's not, wow. I'm like, I honestly didn't know anything about this. I had no clue. None.
The distance from one side to the other is 520 million light years, but from even there we can zoom out all the way to the entire observable universe and see that even the titanic Laniakea supercluster is just a tiny and insignificant part of everything. This is the observable universe, and it contains everything that we know of. It is home to at least 2 trillion different and individual galaxies, which together contain more stars than there are grains of sand on the entire Earth. The distance from Earth to any side of the observable universe is 46.5 billion light years, which means that the entire width is 93 billion light years across. What's perhaps even more interesting, however, is what actually lies beyond the observable universe. Keep in mind that the observable universe is all that we can currently see, and it's entirely possible that the rest of the universe outside of it is vastly larger and more fantastic than we can possibly ever imagine. We simply don't know what else is out there because the light from these incredibly distant places has not yet had enough time in the universe's history to reach us yet back on Earth. And the light from some places may never reach us.
Can you imagine? Like I said, we don't know. We don't know what else is out there. But based on what, it's amazing to see how they can zoom out, to scope out, to see what it really looks like, how advanced we've gotten to get to that point. So can you imagine if we continue searching and get outside of what we know? Man, I have goose pimples all over my body, guys. This is just wow. Just the thought of where we are to how scientists can show you and explain it in such, break it down for me, the ordinary man, to understand. It's mind-boggling. There's a scope of what is out there, the unknown, unbeknownst to us. Listen, I am in shock. I'm in awe. It's just, yeah.
Light from some places may never reach us at all. Because some parts of space very far away from Earth are expanding away from us faster than the speed of light, that means that the light from these places will never, in an infinite amount of time, reach Earth. Meaning that even if humanity is eternal and exists forever, there will still be an unknown number of places in the universe that we will never know about or ever see. So, it is very likely that as unbelievably enormous as it seems, the observable universe is just a tiny slice of what we can currently see of the entire universe. According to the theory of cosmic inflation that was proposed by Dr. Alan Guth, if it is assumed that cosmic inflation began at 10 to the negative 37th of a second after the Big Bang, and with the assumption that the size of the universe before inflation began was equal to its age times the speed of light, then this would seem to suggest that at the present day, the entire universe is 150 sextillion times larger than the observable universe.
150 sextillion. I wonder how much zero that is, Father. That got to be a lot of numbers. Araya begging over there. No one, look. She's begging.
That number for reference looks like this, with this many zeros. Let this number sink in for just a moment. This would be similar to you thinking that the entire observable universe, everything that you could see, was the size of a light bulb, but then realizing that in reality the entire universe is larger than the former planet of Pluto. Imagine a light bulb in the center of Pluto, but we inside the light bulb were totally unaware that Pluto existed outside of it, and that's a similar situation to this. We are all so unbelievably small, but you shouldn't worry, because all that means is that there is so much left out there for us to discover together.
So true. Wow. Fascinating. This is fascinating to the bone. Can you imagine? Living in a world, such a vast universe, you're just a little speck. You're so insignificant. It's like just a little speck. There has to be some other life form out there. It's just, they can't see us, we can't see them, they don't look like us. I don't know, I'm just, but yeah, even if we live, I think at some point we're going to be able to see beyond what has been shown here. It's so much to take in, so much to soak in, it's not even funny. My little mind is blown. Like, that's just amazing. Yes, Bambi? It is just amazing to just hear all of that a while ago. Way bigger indeed, way bigger. Sextillion, what a number. I hope you guys enjoy this. Thank you for watching. Thank you for requesting. Don't forget to go into the comment section, tell me what you'd like me to react to next. Not only that, the guys, drop the link if you'd like for me to react to something. I love you guys, and I'll catch you guys in another video. Bye.